time. This is summer is a busy time, and COVID-19 sure has put a crimp in my style. And again, I miss the kids so much. I never really realized. That's one thing that this has really made me appreciate is how much I enjoy being with the kids, and it's just different. It's weird, and
It's hard to act like you don't miss them, and I don't think we should act like we don't miss them, because I think that's something that they expect out of us, and I think they like it that we miss them when they're not there.
Yes. Yeah, I would hope so, but.
Of course, what do you got going on? Yes, I will say, as far as the extension, 4-H may have been kind of put on hold a little bit. Of course, some of them have got some at-home projects that don't stop. The meetings do.
We've been busy doing things with, actually, Ashley, Joni, and I've been really busy getting some grab bags and just having some activities and opportunities available. I mean, it's hard since we can't have, one-to-one contact or whatever, but we are working really hard at getting grab bags out weekly, and just again trying to have activities and things for them to do. We're busy doing things. It's just different things. So,
well, I will say, I mean, I know that's you guys have done such a good job, and I picked at her, and I did, but they are so busy with all of the stuff that you've had available at the extension office. Those grab bags have been amazing, and I love the cat one.
The what one?
The cat. That was the Kentucky Wildcat, basically, the mask.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. You said Wildcat. That threw me.
I couldn't think of the word Wildcat for the moment. I'm telling you, Rhonda, it's been a long day. But it's, that between mask and then chalk art and stuff for Mother's Day, I mean, you guys have really knocked it out of the park with those.
Yeah, we've worked really hard. And again, we're just trying to figure out, and we have a set plan, but things we have to be flexible, and we're just trying to do the best we can. We do have one that's available today. We try to have them ready on Wednesdays, and a lot of people have got their set day. We've got to go to the extension office and get our grab bag. But today the focus is on family time. There's some family cooking activities and recipes and different things. We have some, I know there's conversation starters and just some little activities that families can do with one another. Like if there's some warm and fuzzies in there, as well as, oh goodness, I can't think. I need to go get one. But anyway, there's a lot of fun activities. So just stop by the extension office anytime. They're on the front porch. You don't have to come in. They're right there for you to grab. And I'd say come quickly, because I'm afraid they're going to go pretty quickly.
Well, everything has kind of gone quickly out there, right?
It has. We've kind of seen a slowdown since school's out, but for the most part, they have gone sometimes within a day. So
I don't doubt that one bit. Of course, they're free to the families. I do want to remind everybody that they're absolutely free.
And there's a lot of activities. Again, we try to make them family oriented and maybe focused on one thing, but it's things that people can do as a family. We've also got next week, Ashley's doing a laugh and learn, and hers is for younger kids from, I think it's 5 and under, and it's a focus on brushing your teeth. And I do know that they get a free toothbrush. And I am going to be doing a 4-H one, and it's going to be called Weave With Me, and the kids are going to have an opportunity to learn how to do macrame. They're going to have supplies to make a keychain, as well as a beaded bracelet. It's called a wishing bracelet. So, and maybe even something else. Maybe I can throw something else in there. But macrame is just something that I used to do when I was younger, and that's kind of showing my age. But it's coming back. It's very easy to do, and it's basically the same thing if you've done paracord. It's basically the same kind of steps, I guess you could take, the same kind of knots that you make. It's so that once you learn the concept, it can open stores. You can do a lot of different things. So
well, and I like that, because it seems like a lot of the crafts and stuff, even from back when, are starting to come back. And I will say, from staying at home, it's really made a lot of people's creative sides come out.
It has. It's I think people have stepped out of their box a lot and learning that, some things are, hey, this is okay. This is not so bad. Maybe I am a little crafty, or maybe I am a good teacher. So
I think that's fantastic. And even the webinars that they're doing on horticulture right now, what a great way for these kids to really learn. I mean, even the adult, child in the child and the adults in us, maybe we want to learn something new on how to garden. And the kids can learn right along with you. And I think that's cool. Of course, this week is the herb gardening, I think. And I've enjoyed seeing them. I have too. I've watched a few of them. Haven't had a chance to watch a lot of them, but I have watched a few. We've also, on the Kentucky 4-H website, there have been a lot of different opportunities, and I've tried to post them on my 4-H page. There have been opportunities for kids to learn different things across the state. Let's see. Each week we have different lessons that they can learn. Comes on at 10 o'clock on Tuesdays. And let's see if I can come to it. Okay. This week we've got chicken scratch embroidery. Now these do come on Wednesday, so this is something that would be today on Wednesday. We have chicken scratch embroidery. Yeah, how cool is that? Chicken scratch embroidery.
And just a lot. There's a 4-H baking challenge. We also have some achievement program, a question and answers, where for people that are working on the achievement program, if the parents have questions or if the kids have questions, it's an opportunity to do them. So we have a lot of different opportunities that are available too on the Kentucky 4-H virtual experience. So
I think that's so much fun. I really do. And again, 4-H is one of those things that you don't have to be together to be heavily involved in 4-H. You really don't even have to leave the house or the backyard or the farm. I mean, you can do it anywhere. But it is a lot of fun, and I know the kids are really, really missing each other and missing you too.
I know I am. I don't know about them, but I know I am. It's a delight whenever I see some of them out. However, the first thing I want to do is hug them.
Aww.
I can't do that.
Well, maybe it is, but maybe we'll be back together soon. And, I was thinking about it the other day. I thought, well, how cool is it that some of these 4-Hers had been able to take the classes and the different things in sewing over the last year. And I wonder how many of those 4-H kids actually sewed their own mask and did a few of those things.
I don't know. I think there are a few. I think I've even had some 4-Hers that haven't taken the class that had sewing skills that were able to make some also.
Well, how neat is that? That's when your classes are really making a difference there, Rhonda Jewell. I think that's awesome.
It is. I think so, too.
Well, thank you so much this morning, lady. I try to stay dry, and maybe the next class can be on how to make an umbrella.
We may need that. That may be very handy.
I'll tell you what, we're going to definitely need the umbrellas and the country ham to snack on all day long.
No, that's true. That's true. We have a lot of things that are up in the air, and one of those is State Fair. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we've had a lot of cancellations. We're still holding on to the State Fair, and not necessarily sure what it's going to look like, but hopefully there's going to be something that may be broken up into different things. But we will definitely get that country ham project finished.
Well, now that's one we want to definitely make sure that you get finished.
Yeah, definitely.
If there's any way that we can help encourage them, you just let us know.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Rhonda Jewell from the Caldwell County Extension Office. As always, we love her to death, and all the folks over at the Caldwell County Extension Office and 4-H, and they're always helpful, and we love visiting with them every week, and we thank her so much for being with us. Stick around. If you've wondered, you know what? I wonder what's open at LBL. I've heard that Wrangler's opening. And by the way, I heard there was an alligator at Kentucky Lake. Well, would you like to know if that's true or not? We're going to find out next together on PKY.
Bella Marie Boutique in Princeton and Hopkinsville is back open for business. They'd like to say thank you to all of those who did online shopping with them and kept them going for the past couple of months. You are amazing. You can continue to shop online or visit one of the stores. They will be practicing social distancing, disinfecting, wearing masks, and you should too, and limiting the number of people in the store. Bella Marie Boutique, back open in Princeton and Hopkinsville. Be sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates and specials.
The most popular quit line is Quit Now Kentucky, offering confidential one-on-one coaching for Kentuckians who want to quit tobacco, which includes cigarettes, cigars, e-cigs, dip, and chew. Some people are eligible for free nicotine replacement therapy. Coaching is available by phone or online chat. Quit Now Kentucky is available to all ages. To learn more about Quit Now Kentucky, call 800-QUIT-NOW. That's 800-784-8669. Find more on the web at Quit Now Kentucky. This message brought to you by Penny Ryle District Health Department.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Line County friends. We invite you to come to Cada's anytime you can to shop with us. We're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cada's or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cada's.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. And of course, I'm excited about the anytime I can talk to somebody about LBL and I can get them cornered for a minute and talk about LBL and talk about the things down at LBL. I get very excited. And of course, I want to tell Mr. Chris Joyner that we're thinking about him and his family, and they are in our prayers this morning. We love him to death too. But we've got Miss Carlin on the phone this morning. And you all will love her as well. Carlin, how are you, dear?
I'm doing so wonderful, Tess. Thanks so much for having me on this morning. I'm so excited to be here and share with you all what we have going on at Lane Between the Lakes. So thanks for the invitation.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Of course, this is Carlin Lewis from LBL, and I will tell you that one of the things that has kind of blown my mind, and I was laughing about it with her yesterday. I said, if you check your 350 messages, about 300 of them says, was there really an alligator? And I'm going to just get that out of the way first thing so we can focus on business, because everybody's going to want me to ask you, and maybe I should make them wait to the very end and not. But now
that's the way we can keep them on.
I'm telling you, maybe that's what we should do. But I'm going to ask officially in front of God and everybody, was there actually an alligator?
Well, I previously lived in South Texas, and I thought I left alligators when I moved out of Texas, but apparently we had one in Kentucky last weekend. The Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, their officials, did find an alligator. It was deceased when they found it. It was likely, according to the Fish and Wildlife officials, a pet that had been released, and then unfortunately it got hit by a boat propeller, or fortunately it's an invasive species. So it was only a little under 3 feet long, so nothing big, and you don't need to worry about swimming in our lakes due to alligators. They can't survive in waters colder than 40 degrees, so they would not survive in the Lane Between the Lakes region. So that's good news for you, Tess.
Oh my goodness! I'm always terrified. And since I was a kid, see, when I used to go fishing, it's my dad's fault really. We'd go fishing in the pond, and we had all these snapping turtles in our pond. So in my mind, water that I can't see my toes wiggling in, there's snapping turtles that are going to bite them off. Because, we had a baby duck that come out of that pond with one leg instead of two. And it just kind of stuck in my mind, I guess, my whole life. So now I was afraid of things biting and now there's an alligator at Kentucky Lake. So,
you can feel vindicated. Your fears are justified. There really was an alligator. But you don't.
Not nuts. I said, that's great. That makes me feel so vindicated. But when you said it can't live over. Does that mean it was already as big as it is now when he got dumped in there? Because it couldn't have lived there over the winter, right?
Correct. That's what I would think. It likely was kept as a pet illegally, and then it likely got too large for the owner, and they dumped it at the lake.
You people need to stop doing that. Behave yourselves and stop putting things in the lake that don't belong.
Exactly. Thank you.
Well, and I'll tell you, we've had a lot of fun with that in a way. I hate that, he was hit by a boat propeller and things like that, because over the years, everybody has had so much fun with the different pictures, and, they would take a picture of maybe an alligator guard and say, oh, that's an alligator. But, we've really had a lot of fun with that. And now that it's an alligator, that's kind of different and something new and in the news. Yeah. Kind of spotlighting LBL a little bit. I like giving them some publicity sometimes,
Yes, it keeps life interesting for sure. You never know what you'll get on a holiday weekend, but that one was a new one for me.
Well, I'll take that over vandalism any day. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Well, and there's a lot of improvements going on down there, too. And I know some people are going to ask, okay, we're starting to open everything up. What about the bison and elk? Well, this is not due to coronavirus, so this is due to improvements, right?
Right. So we are so pleased to be able to expand our operations and our facilities to our public. So we'll be reopening some facilities tomorrow, and I'll go over those with you in a little bit. But specifically the elk and bison prairie, you're correct. That remains temporarily shut down. We're conducting necessary road work and culvert replacement. So check out the official Land Between the Lakes Facebook page. We put some beautiful photos up of our lovely new culverts that will really improve that 3.5-mile loop around the elk and bison prairie. And as soon as those improvements are complete and the culverts are paved over, we hope to have that reopened to the public soon.
Oh, Carlin, there was a picture on there with the buffalo staring at the baby buffalo.
I know, that melts your heart, doesn't it?
Oh, man. I'm going to tell you, of course, I think on the backside, if you go, I know you can't, necessarily go down the trail and things like that, but as far as being on the road, there is the one side on the south end of the bison prairie, I guess you could call it, the enclosure, whatever, the field. The one end of the field, when you drive by, you can actually, if you get lucky, you can see them because they can still be over there.
That's correct. I'm so glad you brought that up, Tess. I like to bring that up as an option to our visitors who, are sad about missing the bison while we're temporarily closed at the elk and bison prairie. But you can always travel down south, the trace, about 12 miles, and you'll see our South Bison Range. And it's off the right-hand side of the trace going south, and it's a large field. And you can oftentimes see the bison herd from the road there. Of course, you can't drive through it, but you might get lucky and see some of our calves that were just born in May. And the best times to view the bison would be early morning or toward dusk. So I definitely recommend that as an option while we're still temporarily closed at the elk and bison prairie.
Well, I'll tell you, again, they're just gorgeous. And you and I had even talked about eagles and different things like that yesterday. And, of course, that's something that when there's babies, it's that time of year. It's something we look forward to every spring, and getting down and stretching our legs at LBL and seeing all of those babies. And, even Wrangler, we've been missing that. I know a lot of us go to and frequent Wrangler throughout the season and really all year long. So what's going on with Wrangler? Are we going to be able to get there?
Yes, so Land Between the Lakes is, I know you're a big rider, Tess. We have over 100 miles of equestrian trails that our visitors enjoy, and we're pleased that starting tomorrow, Thursday, May 28th, we will be reopening the Wrangler's Day Use facility. So we ask that if you do come out and ride at Wrangler's at the Day Use, just know that our bathrooms there within the day use area are currently closed, so make sure you take care of business in that regard before visiting. And then you can also purchase a permit, whether it be an annual permit or a day use permit, from our gatehouse. So starting tomorrow, the Wrangler's Gatehouse will be open from 8 to 5, so you can stop by and get your passes there, or you can purchase a day use permit online on our website.
And, I'm going to throw it out there and really promote those, those year-long permits, because those annuals. Because I will tell you, the benefits of that go way beyond where you can, stretch your legs and reach out further beyond just the ones that, go off at the parking lot. Because I promise you, once you start exploring those trails, you're going to want to go explore even more. And, one kind of leads into the other. And those annual passes are just amazing for that.
Right, exactly. And if you want more information about those other areas that you can access, those 100 miles of trails, we have a new brochures page on our website that has all that information in one space. So while our visitor centers have been closed, we wanted to give visitors access to more information online so they can prepare prior to visiting. So we recommend you check out our trails maps of Wranglers and our brochures on our website.
I will say right now there may, those trails are going to be pretty soggy. So, they definitely need to be aware of that if they're going down, because I know that they had already had some tornado damage and that sort of thing that they were having to repair on some of the trails. And I know some of the trails are still, a little iffy in different places. Yeah. So you need to you can download that map, or they'll give you a map of all the horse trails. That's available as well.
And about the storm damage that you brought up, we do have some trails, specifically Wranglers Trails 1, 2, 3, and 6, and those are close to a tornadic event, a tornado that we had earlier this year. But the good news is we are working to get out there and clean those trails up in the coming weeks. So we hope to have those safely reopened in the near future.
Oh, now that you just told me exactly which trails, the good part about that, Carlin, we were just talking about the buffalo, and it just so happens that a couple of the trails that go by the buffalo and the elk are not closed. They were not included on those damage trails just that you just read off. So, hey, you can still go by the bison. You just got to go get on a horse and go do it.
Yes, yes, exactly. On 4 feet rather than 4 wheels, yes.
That sounds good to me. I don't know. I think, the Blue Hole, it's got a lot of our names on it right out of Caldwell County. So I think it's a favorite spot for a lot of us. How about Turkey Bay? How are we looking at Turkey Bay?
So speaking of other favorite spots, Turkey Bay is one of our most favorite at Land Between the Lakes, and we just had a very successful holiday weekend at Turkey Bay. So we're pleased about that. Currently, Turkey Bay is only open for day use. So as long as you have your permit to ride, you can ride dawn to dusk within Turkey Bay off-highway vehicle area. No camping is permitted at this time, since it's part of our phased approach to gradually reopen the facilities to their full operation. So our gatehouse there will be open tomorrow, starting tomorrow, Thursday through Sunday, every week, 8:30 to 5. So if you need your permit, stop by the gatehouse to get that, or you can also stop by the Golden Pond Visitor Center.
Oh, and I love, by the way, that they've made it so easy to download a lot of stuff now. And I will say the coronavirus, although it forced us to be out of the box on a lot of things, it really helped us to kind of push us to go ahead and get things online and do a lot of things that we haven't done before.
Right. Yes. We're all about increasing access and making it easier for our visitors to get prepared before their visit, before they arrive on site. So whether that's purchasing your horse day use permit or your basic dispersed camping permit, or accessing those maps or trails online, we try to make it easier, and we're always open to suggestions on how we can improve the visit experience.
And I know it's going to be beautiful this weekend, where they're calling for sunshine Saturday and Sunday and mid-70s temperature-wise. Could not be a nicer weekend for it. I do have one little bit of bad news, though. Well, I don't. Carlin's got the bad news, not me. I don't. They're saying, don't be mad at the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Carlin's got the bad news. No, it's Golden Pond, or the planetarium, rather. The planetarium there at the visitor center.
Well, I have good news and bad news. I mean, bad, I don't want to call it bad, but let's start out with the quote-unquote bad news. The planetarium will remain temporarily closed. We are working on a plan to reopen it as soon as we can safely do so in compliance with guidelines from the state and the CDC. However, yes, and we're so lucky where we live around Land Between the Lakes. We have really dark skies. We don't have light pollution from bright city lights. So we encourage you to come out to land between the lakes and do some stargazing and take advantage of those beautiful dark skies that we have in our region, and take advantage of that, brush up on your constellations, and prepare for our planetarium to reopen. We hope, soon, as soon as we safely can. So that's an option if you're missing out on the planetarium. Some more good news is that our visitor center, even though the planetarium and observatory remain closed at this time, our visitor center will be open starting tomorrow.
Yay!
So, yes. So,
I think that's fantastic. And kind of, if you haven't been recently, tell them about the visitor center a little.
Yeah, so we have very friendly information clerks at the front desk who can help answer your questions, provide any information you need. And then we also have an exhibit hall there where you can learn about Land Between the Lakes, and we have a short video. And we also have a gift shop, so that will all be open. And we will have some measures in place to help protect our staff and visitors, just recommendations from the state and the CDC regarding social distancing and to protect the safety and health of our visitors and our staff. So there will be some modifications when you visit. We'll be encouraging social distancing, but we welcome you to come out and speak with our information clerks or learn more about Land Between the Lakes through our exhibits and our gift shop.
I think that's perfect. And, of course, we want to thank the Friends of LBL as well. I saw some of them kind of brushing some of the animals and making sure that they were fed and kind of helping out, and we want to thank them as well.
Oh, yes. They've been ensuring that our animals receive the best care. They've been really well taken care of. And so we're so grateful for the Friends of Land Between the Lakes for all that they've done during this difficult time and while we've been closed, our facilities. And if you haven't had a chance, check out their Facebook page, the Woodlands Nature Station and the Home Place and the Friends of Land Between the Lakes Facebook page. They have online virtual creature features. So if you're missing some of our snakes or our birds at the nature station, you can always see them on our Facebook page, and our naturalists give really awesome presentations on there. I've learned so much from watching them.
Oh, well, they've done a whole thing over the weekend, over Memorial Day weekend for the Home Place has, just kind of letting you know different, what they do there and different professions there, what the women do, and kind of similarities of how we do it now and how they did it then. And it's really been entertaining. It's been more than just educational. It's been a lot of fun, especially to share with the kids. And next week we're gonna have the Friends of LBL on, and we're gonna talk about heritage breeds, which is what they have over at the Home Place and in a lot of areas of LBL. And so we're pretty excited about that because that's something that's pretty neat. And some of those heritage breeds are really endangered. And we want to make sure that, we kind of protect them. But Miss Carlin Lewis, we sure do thank you for being on this morning, lady.
Oh, I really appreciate it. It was so much fun to speak with you as always. And we just want to remind visitors, if you come out to Land Between the Lakes, please recreate responsibly, maintain social distance, and don't gather in groups. And anytime you need information, please visit our alert page on our official Land Between the Lakes website or follow us on Facebook. And we hope to see you out soon.
And, of course, if they have any questions as far as what's open or what they're supposed to do or how to go about doing it, how do they get a hold of you? Is there a phone number in general other than just the website?
Yes. So on our website, we have all of our contact information. You can also call our local number, which is 270-924-2000, and you can select the prompt for a visitor center staff, and that will connect you to someone that you can speak with. And if you have any questions, so we'd be happy to speak with you.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, Miss Carlin. We'll see you soon. I hope to, anyway.
I hope so, too. Thanks so much, Tess. Have a great rest of your morning.
You wear your shoes in the water so them alligators can't get your toes, okay?
Will do.
Have a good one, Miss Carlin Lewis from, of course, Land Between the Lakes. We love talking to those folks, and we, of course, missed Chris Joyner this morning, but we loved Miss Carlin. So we thank her for talking to us this morning. And, hey, alligators at LBL. I mean, who knew? I thought I was just being a weenie, but evidently I've been vindicated, y'all. Wrangler's open, Turkey Bay is open, Golden Pond Visitor Center open. LBL is open for business. You just got to behave yourself. How about that? And we can do it. Hey, stick around. I see Miss Tiffany Massey, and we're also going to talk to Pennaroyal Center. That's coming up next on Coffee Talk. Don't go anywhere. 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Local businesses have supported us in every regard. Now it's our turn to support them. Here's a way you can help.
The road crews clearing, the law enforcement protecting, the health officials informing. Our local heroes are paid by you when you shop local businesses. Now more than ever, it's important that we shop local merchants who provide such important sales tax revenue. As we flatten the curve and rebuild, we need you to support local life. Keep our local economy strong with our local businesses. Here today, here tomorrow, we're in this together. This is Beth Mann, President and CEO of the Edge Media Group, asking you to support local.
The Edge Media Group encourages you to support local. Be sure to post what you're doing to show your support. #SupportLocal.
During this trying time of the COVID-19 crisis, the Body Shop at Trice Hughes is open for business to help you with your repair needs. With the uncertainty that these times bring, Trice Hughes wants you to know they will help with your insurance deductible to get your vehicle repaired. Call for an appointment or free estimate at 270-365-5522. Working together with your home team at Trice Hughes will make sure you receive the service you deserve.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
It's here. The Loyal Listener Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to WPKYonline.com. Click on Loyal Listener Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens and dozens of gift certificates. Some you'll even be able to redeem from your smartphone. Shop and buy 24 hours a day and save a ton of money in the process. Save on oil changes, dining out, haircuts, car washes, and more. Our store never closes, but you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
You have taken every precaution possible during COVID-19 to protect your family. But what about your vehicle? Is it safe? What about your tires? Purcell Tire is here to help you take care of your vehicle to ensure the safety for you and your family. The time will come when we can all hit the road and enjoy a normal life again. Those stimulus checks are arriving. Why not invest in your family's safety with new tires from Purcell Tire, Princeton, 309 U.S. Highway 62 West, or on the web at purcelltire.com.
At First Southern National Bank, we place a high value on the well-being of our customers and communities. With that in mind, we are taking steps that demonstrate how much we care about you. Our drive-through lanes will be available for daily needs, while in-person services can be scheduled by appointment. Take advantage of our online banking, our mobile banking app, and a friendly team member answering your call. Visit fsnb.net to learn more. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. And of course, it's Coffee Talk this morning. And I'll tell you, we've had so much fun already. And a lady's in here, and I always get a kick out of it when she's here. Miss Tiffany Massey is in the house.
Good morning.
And I always love it. Alligators in Kentucky Lake.
Yeah. Oh, really?
No, it was a thing.
Oh, gosh.
I just talked to the lady over at Kentucky Lake. It was a real thing. I thought it was a joke.
Oh.
Doesn't that make you feel good?
Yeah. I definitely don't want to go over there right now.
Yeah. And everybody made fun of me because I've been ever since I was a kid, I've been afraid that I guess snapping turtles or something would bite my toes. Because you know how you feel the little fish bump up against you?
Yes.
It always kind of I'm not okay with that, you know. And it makes me think of things that it could be. And in my brain, there was always a crocodile or an alligator, but it's a real thing, Tiffany. It passed away, and they think somebody, it was hit with a boat motor, and they just found it in the last week. It was right there on the bank of,
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Stop throwing things in LBL in the lake, and especially things that bite us. That's not nice.
No, we don't.
What do you want to
that.
bet? There's a teenager somewhere laughing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know where you got it from, but stop that. That's enough to give an old lady a heart attack. That's when can you imagine?
No.
I can't even imagine being the one that found that. Girl.
Yeah, glad that wasn't me.
So it's not just me. Tiffany's kind of freaked out by it, too. I was like, what in the world? I really thought I was going to find out it was a joke. I really did. And I thought when I called Chris that he was going to say, oh, that's just no, it was a half mile from his house. He's not too excited about it either. So at least, if nothing else, it's like a half an hour away. I don't have to worry about that particular teenager hopefully throwing anything. But you probably could in the mud puddle in my yard.
Yeah.
I mean, I do
rain.
have a swamp in my front yard at this point. I don't know about you. But on the phone this morning, we've got Miss Tracy Farmer from Pennyroyal. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm doing pretty well. I mean, I might need some counseling after I found out there was an alligator at Kentucky Lake.
Well, I can absolutely agree with you on that.
I'm telling you because do you like putting your toes in water you can't see in?
Oh, I can promise you I do not.
So I'm not the only one. I just, when I was a kid, I know what snapping turtles do to toes.
Yeah.
And ducks and different things. But anyway, we're going to talk about better things. That's what we're going to move on from alligators to Pennyroyal. And, of course, Miss Tiffany Massey from Farmers Bank. And what have y'all got going on?
Well, right now we're in the process of doing some different things to start submitting applications and stuff for our next school year. I'm hoping, I told all of the ambassadors, because there were just so many different things that we wanted to get done at the end of the year that we weren't able to. And I told them once the group of 10 or less is lifted that I want to have us a cookout and everybody get together and at least have one last hoorah before they all
I don't want them
leave.
to go nowhere. These Farmers Bank ambassadors are the sweetest kids. And we've enjoyed having them in and talking to them. And I'm going to tell you what, there's a president or a governor mixed in there somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't pick out just one because I'm afraid there might be more than one.
Yes.
When I say afraid, I'm really excited, not afraid, I guess. But I'll tell you, you talk about an intelligent bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And I think that they're really going to be the leaders in our community over the next few years.
I couldn't have picked a better group of kids to lead, and that's what I told them on graduation day. Our seniors, I texted them and let them know how proud I was of them. But I said, I couldn't have asked for a better first year, and just the way that they have served, they've been so willing to help where's needed, and I'm just so super proud of them. I couldn't, I couldn't say greater things. So.
Well, and I think, when you look at teenagers and how much they could help each other through this whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing, you kind of feel down and dump sometimes, but these kids, they've had a lot of adversity over the last year. Think about graduation, which turned out wonderfully. I thought, the community really came out in droves and really supported them. I mean, the fire truck that they got to drive under in the parade gave me goosies. It was those kind of moments that you look for, and they've kind of been living for years and years in school. But now, what do they do with it? Where do they go? And now's when those contacts and the relationships that they've made through ambassadors can really make a difference.
Yes. And, I'm part of the Pennyroyal Center board, and I'm so thankful that I'm able to be a part of that because I love the Pennyroyal Center. I love its mission and what it does for the community. But with our ambassadors, I had sat through our board meeting last month, and they were talking about how the call volume has gone up at Pennyroyal Center. And I had texted Eric afterwards and said, why don't we do a campaign on suicide prevention? These kids are going through a difficult time.
Right.
They've never experienced anything like this.
Nobody has.
Just to know that you're not alone in your feelings and that somebody is there for you and help is always around, and that your peers are spreading that awareness. And that's what I told the group of ambassadors. I had 4 of them come in and do a video for the suicide prevention that I sent to Eric, and they did a wonderful job. They were so excited about having the opportunity to do that video because it's such an important thing to spread awareness about, and for anybody, whether you're a student or an adult, right now we're all going through a difficult time, and we all need to be there for one another in our community, and just know that there are places such as the Pennyroyal Center that are there for you, and that you don't have to worry about being judged. You can be who you are and have down feelings. It's okay. Like, there's help out there, and the Pennyroyal Center is striving to be that help. So.
Well, and when we had the valedictorians and the salutatorians in the last couple of weeks, and one of the things I ask each one of them when they come in, I said, if you could look at your freshman self and say, look, this is, what I would have give if somebody would have told me this as a freshman. And every single one of them, all but I think maybe one of them, immediately said, it don't matter. I would tell myself, stop worrying about it. It don't matter. Nobody really is looking at what the shoes you have on. Nobody really cares whether your hair's in a ponytail or it's all curled up. It doesn't matter. Focus on the things that matter. Focus on being happy and who loves you and just making friends and making those relationships. And I'll tell you, it was almost throughout every single one of them. And I think that in so many ways is so telling of what that we do to ourselves as teenagers. And we can really be the hardest people in the world on us.
Right.
I mean, we think that it's the end of the world if we've got the wrong color T-shirt on.
Yes.
And that's where Pennyroyal steps in and says, look, we can help you, and here's how. I mean, I've got a teenager myself, and it terrifies me. We've lost so many children, in this country in the last year. And this year has been so hard for that. And, of course, Pennyroyal, I mean, there's you come and see me services and over the phone services. I mean, Tracy, can you tell us about those?
I sure can. I also have Ashley Bowes with me, the Director of Substance Use, just in case I forget anything.
No, and I think that's perfect because that goes hand in hand sometimes, right?
You are absolutely correct, Tess, and I think what you're saying is so true that what we experience as teenagers, we learn eventually that it is not the end and that there is someone out there. But until that comes around, we do have within our school system master's level clinicians in almost every county that we serve. And we serve 8 counties. And they are available through either referrals they can self-refer, guidance counselor, a parent, anyone can refer to them. They're there. We also have a lot of different programs going on that focus on suicide prevention, that focus on trainings for the teachers, guidance counselors, and attempt to involve the students in interacting with our services. We have a chat line that they can access through the Pennyroyal Center website. We also have and we advertise bracelets and different posters and through our school-based clinicians, the ability to text Confide to our respond number, which is 1-800-4RESPOND, and as well as you can call 1-800-4RESPOND. And our response center is staffed 24/7 with clinical assessors who are there to refer to services, to talk to you, they can do a variety of things, but they are our single point of entry. They are well trained in how to assess specifically children in that area. We also answer the National Suicide Prevention's Lifeline. And that we answer the most calls in the state of Kentucky, for which we're very proud of. And those calls have increased over the last couple of weeks, particularly with people getting back. And now I think we've gotten used to kind of isolating, and now we're getting out more. And the Suicide Prevention Lifeline is throughout the state of Kentucky as well. We also have a Zero Suicide Committee that has focused for the last almost 2 years on our suicide. As you had stated, we have lost so many children to suicide, so we wanted to, and adults as well, excuse me, and we wanted to focus on the area of suicide through how can we work within our communities to help get the word out that we're here. We've been here for over 50 years, but we'll always hear that someone's not aware of that we're here and that they know how to access services. And they can, we've recently developed through Casey Deal as our coordinator of quality management, and she leads up our Zero Suicide Committee. She is developing hope boxes, and those hope boxes, we're going to do a Facebook video soon that can be placed throughout the region, excuse me, that will allow that they contain affirmations, encouraging messages, and a variety of little goodies that will help to not only increase the awareness of the Pennyroyal Center's mission, but also to help someone who is struggling with with mental illness, with suicidality, with a variety of things. They can pick those up. They can give those to other people. If you'd like to request one of the Hope Boxes, you can do so by contacting Casey at the Pennyroyal Center's regional office, which is 886-2205. Of course, you can find that on our website as well. And that's our most recent thing. We're also doing yard signs that will promote encouraging messages, how to access the center, because since we are doing most all of our services through telehealth, we're not able to really access people one-to-one. So these are ways that we're trying to overcome the challenges that we've had through the COVID pandemic.
Well, and maybe you can enlighten me more on this, but I really think, especially, it was tough coming out of school because they didn't have each other face to face. It was with my kids, where they're so used to seeing their friends and getting that affirmation and getting the smiles from, their friends. I mean, that's why they're friends to begin with. And then they lost all of that suddenly, and that was tough for a lot of them to take. Even my son with special needs, he doesn't understand why he's not going to school. And that's like, he's obsessed with school. He loves it. And he loves to go into church. And when you take all of those things away, sometimes it can almost feel like a punishment for kids if they don't understand. And I think that's where those ambassadors that Tiffany brings in here, on a regular basis comes in. A lot of those kids, they go out of their way just to smile. And a smile can make a bajillion amount of difference in a kid that's depressed.
And I think that just for individuals, no matter who you are, to know those signs, and to understand that a lot of times, correct me if I'm wrong, Tracy, but it's an isolated event that happens whenever it comes to suicide. And in a lot of the cases, it's been shown that there have been signs. They've talked about it before actually trying to commit suicide or completing suicide. And I think that's what we all have to be aware of, is that know your friends, know your family, listen to them, and care about them whenever they do show those signs or they do say something that is, a red flag. Make sure that you act on it and that you tell somebody about it, or you try to give them the help that they need, or just be there for them and be a listening ear, because nobody understands the effect that we have on others. And just if we can be there for them and know what to look for, how much of a difference that we can make in people's lives. So I just want, if anything, me being on the Pennyroyal Center board, me being just a big advocate for the Pennyroyal Center, is just spread the awareness and let everybody know, like, we love everybody. We understand people go through difficult times, no matter, a pandemic is a really difficult time for most, but even just everyday things can be difficult on people, and there's help out there, and we're all, coming together to give people the help that they need.
Well, even admitting, when you said that, tattle on something, that's not tattling, that's loving them.
Yes.
Love them enough to get them help and tell somebody.
I do think that what you're both saying is absolutely correct, that if you see something, as we always say something, because you may be afraid to ask that individual if something is wrong. Maybe you could say something to a parent or a teacher or someone if you see that something is occurring that you don't want to address yourself, because it's teenagers. That can be very hard. And I believe it's also very beneficial with the Pennyroyal Center's ability to chat online, because during this pandemic, we've been more isolated. Things have been on, most of their schooling has been online. Most of all of that has occurred through computer access. And so I think it's so easy to then turn around if they're having a problem to just try to access us through the chat line or the text line. Because instead of being so isolated, I'm so concerned for these children who have had to be by themselves for so long. Although they've had their family, they, as you stated, Tess, they depend a lot on their interactions with other children.
course, Miss Tracy Farmer from the Pennyroyal Center here on WPKY Princeton. And I hate it that we're running out of time because I think this needs to be talked about so badly. And I could talk about it for another 2 more hours. But I don't want to leave this morning without everybody knowing exactly how to get a hold of the help that they need, whether that's, calling Tiffany or calling Miss Bose there with you, Miss Ashley Bose. Let's make sure that all of us, right now, before we go anywhere, let's make sure that they know those phone numbers to get a hold of everyone.
Absolutely, Tess. The respond number, the easiest way to remember that is 1-800-4RESPOND. Also, you can text CAFIDE to that 1-800 number. You can also call 270-881-9551. Our website, you can chat. There is a way to access us any time of day or night.
Miss Tiffany, I know that locally, these ambassadors and you, the folks over at Farmers Bank, you are amazing what you do in the community. And how do we get a hold of you all if there's something
if anybody ever needs anything? Make sure you can call me at Farmers Bank, which is 365-5526. Reach out to me on Facebook, whatever the need is. I'm here for the people in the community. I enjoy what I do, and I just want everybody to feel comfortable and loved. And if there's any way that I can help with that, or if somebody's feeling down, please contact me. I'm there for you, and I can help you to get the help that you need. I can get you in touch with somebody. And I do have to say really quickly, I used to work at the Pennyroyal Center, and I cannot say enough great things about the individuals that work there. I've seen their hearts, I've seen who they are, and the most mission-oriented people I've ever come into contact with. So I know,
person.
Yes, and I know that if you do need the help, there are really great people behind the scenes that will get you the help that you need. So.
Well, and if they've got an organization, they say, you know what, I think we could do something with those ambassadors. I would like to be involved in maybe helping with that. They can do that as well, right?
Yes. And we will be on Facebook posting some videos and some different things on getting the applications out this summer to where we can choose our next ambassador group. So be on the lookout for that. And I just encourage anybody who likes to lead, who likes to serve others, and likes to get involved in the community to apply. And we'll have another great year.
Oh, I'm looking. I can't wait to see these kids again. Now, remind them the age group.
I think for this next year, we're just going to do seniors. So it will be the ones that are coming into the senior class that will be able to apply.
Again, we've got some fantastic juniors, and there are so many of those that are deserving already.
Yes.
But this is not something that's, you say, oh, well, how much is it going to cost me now? Well, you know what? It's going to cost them being a wonderful human being, and we've got a school full of them.
Yes, absolutely. And it will just help them for their future, hopefully, of what I've seen already, just to be able to even put it on a resume. It makes a big difference whenever you do things that aren't expected of you, or you're just doing it because you care and you're that type of person. So I think that it's a great program, obviously, but I think that it definitely helps the students out for their future.
Well, it's no surprise to me that you've worked with the Pennyroyal Center. Really not, because she does a fantastic job with these kids for the ambassador program. And again, Miss Ashley Bose, I know that she was there. We hadn't really got to talk to her. Have you got anything that you'd like to add this morning?
Well, go ahead. I think Tracy covered it all very well. So,
well, thank you for being with us too, Miss Ashley Bose from the Pennyroyal Center, Miss Tracy Farmer, and of course, I'm just going to include you with the Pennyroyal Center too, Miss Tiffany Massey. But then she's also with Farmers Bank as well with the Ambassadors Program. We thank you all for being with us this morning, ladies.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much.
Well, join us tomorrow for Coffee Talk. And I'll tell you, today was such a big day that, tomorrow's Thursday, so tomorrow's not Coffee Talk. Tomorrow, it's Todd Griffin. I almost forgot about that for a second. But he's got sideline reports, so he's going to be here. And again, those phone numbers, please, it's not tattling, it's helping, and it's loving. And they are there for a reason. And make sure that your kids know that it's okay. You can come to me, whether it's your friend or whether it's you. Just make sure that those kids are getting the help that they need. Miss Tiffany, we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stick around. We've got Audrey Lamb and Todd Griffin and more. 1580 103.3 WPKY. And here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. Looks like we got rain. Tiffany, no, make it go away. Showers for the better part of the day, clearing around supper time, just in time to come back overnight. High 75 today. Tonight's low 65 tomorrow. 50-50 chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. High 79 Friday. Rain on and off all day. Heavy with thunderstorms in the afternoon. High 78. Then it's going to get out of here for the weekend, thank goodness. Sunshine Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning. It is 67 and 907. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Health First Community Health Center.
Do you know the facts about stroke? A stroke causes brain tissue to die, which can lead to brain damage, disability, and even death. Stroke is the 5th leading cause of death in the United States and is the leading cause of serious long-term disability. 80% of strokes are preventable. You can greatly reduce your risk of stroke by making lifestyle changes to help control your blood pressure and cholesterol, and in some cases by taking medication. Eat a healthy diet low in sodium with plenty of fruits and veggies. Maintain a healthy weight. Be physically active. Don't smoke. Limit alcohol use. And know your numbers. Blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, and weight. Also, familiarize yourself with the acronym FAST. Stroke is a medical emergency, and stroke treatment and outcome depends on how fast you get to the hospital and on the type of stroke you had. Strokes are preventable. This information is brought to you by the Penarol District Health Department.
Celebrating 70 years of community service. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump on Twitter is threatening to strongly regulate it or shut it down. The company flagged 2 of his posts claiming expanded mail-in voting would lead to fraud.
Under those tweets, there is now a link that says get the facts about mail-in ballots that leads users to a page that fact-checks it. The president has not, up to now, faced any kind of pushback from Twitter about his tweets. Currently, all states have absentee ballot voting, which means ballots are mailed in and counted in elections.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Disney World and SeaWorld present coronavirus reopening plans to a Florida County task force today.
The plans are reportedly similar to those approved last week for Universal Orlando to reopen June 5th, including ways to social distance, such as leaving some seats on rides empty. Also encouraging frequent hand washing and requiring mask and temperature checks for guests and workers.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. America's listening to Fox News.
America is a great big country.
Filled with all kinds of different people.
And we all count.
That's why the 2020 census
wants to make sure we're all counted.
Why is it so important?
Because the census helps inform how hundreds of billions of dollars will be spent each year for things like
new roads, health clinics,
even more school programs.
So make sure you're counted.
Because you count.
Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Raider Auction Company.
Your
your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast. You'll need your umbrella or raincoat today. We're going to see showers and thunderstorms with a high around 75. Overnight, cloudy sky with a 40% chance of rain and storms, low around 65. Then tomorrow, partly sunny with a 50% chance of showers and storms, high around 79. And Friday, more of the same, rain and thunderstorms, high around 78. But again today, showers and thunderstorms, high around 75.
With Governor Andy Bashir's Healthy at Work initiative, here are a few facts every business needs to know. Continue telework when possible. Enforce social distancing. Limit face-to-face interaction. Have access to masks, gloves, and other PPE where needed. Provide hand sanitizer and encourage hand washing. Restrict waiting rooms and other common areas. Conduct daily tests. Please educate your employees. This information provided by Pennyvale District Health Department. Complete details at kycovid19.ky.gov.
In 1950, a gallon of milk, 82 cents, and WPKY was on the radio. We're celebrating 70 years of community service. 1580, 103.3 WPKY. turning your vehicle into a time machine. 15